12 deepest holes on Earth. 12. The German Continental Deep Drilling Program, Germany Bundesrepublik Deutschland, abbreviated as the KTB borehole, was a scientific drilling project carried out from 1987 to 1995 near Windischenbach, Bavaria. The main super-deep borehole reached a depth of 9,101 meters in the Earth's continental crust. The Federal Ministry of Research funded the project with 528 million German marks, 270 million euros. The Lower Saxony LBEG Mining Office, State Office for Mining, Energy and Geology, took the project lead. After the drilling project ended, the German Research Center for Geosciences used the borehole to install a seismic deep observatory, Tiefenobservatorium, which was active from 1996 to 2001. The derrick used at the site, one of the largest in the world, remains in place and has become a tourist attraction. The two boreholes were kept open for further scientific research and for in situ testing of equipment and devices. (11) The Mirny Mine, Russia. Mir Mine, also called Mirny Mine, is a former open-pit diamond mine located in Mirny, eastern Siberia, Russia. At the time of its closing in 2004, the mine was 525 meters deep and 1,200 meters across, making it the second largest excavated hole in the world, after Bingham Canyon Mine. The hole is so big that airspace above the mine is closed for helicopters because of incidents in which they were sucked in by the downward airflow. Mining began on 1957, in extremely harsh climate conditions. The Siberian winter lasted 7 months, which froze the ground, making it hard to mine. During the brief summer months, permafrost would become mud, turning the entire mining operation into a land of sludge. Buildings had to be raised on piles, so that they would not sink. The main processing plant had to be built on better ground, found 20 kilometers away from the mine. The winter temperatures were so low that car tires and steel would shatter and oil would freeze. During the winter, workers used jet engines to burn through the layer of permafrost or blasted it with dynamite to get access to the underlying kimberlite. The entire mine had to be covered at night to prevent the machinery from freezing. (10) The Glomar Challenger core site. The Deep Sea Drilling Project, DSDP, was an ocean drilling project operated from 1968 to 1983. The program was a success, as evidenced by the data and publications that have resulted from it. The data are now hosted by Texas A&M University, although the program was coordinated by the Scripps Institution of Oceanography at the University of California, San Diego. DSDP provided crucial data to support the seafloor spreading hypothesis and helped to prove the theory of plate tectonics. DSDP was the first of 3 international scientific ocean drilling programs that have operated over more than 40 years. It was followed by the Ocean Drilling Program, ODP, in 1985, the Integrated Ocean Drilling Program in 2004, and the present International Ocean Discovery Program in 2013. (8) Shaojai Tianqing. The largest sinkhole of the world is Shaojai Tianqing, incredible, up to 662 meters deep pit with nearly vertical walls. This is one of the most impressive natural attractions on Earth. Since recent times, scientists have proposed a special name for especially large sinkholes, Tianqing. This could be translated from Chinese approximately as heavenly pit or sky hole. Tianqing is a giant sinkhole with vertical walls, at least 100 meters deep and 100 meters wide. Most often, bottom of Tianqing is crossed by an underground river, which is open to daylight only here. Such structures are found in several countries: Papua New Guinea, Malaysia, Mexico, and, for example, in Mexico, such giant holes are called sotano. But out of some 75 giant sinkholes of the world, some 50, including the largest ones, are located in China. Thus, to a large extent, this is truly a Chinese term for the Chinese phenomenon. First Tianqings were documented in China in the early 1980s. The term, Tianqing, was proposed in October 2001 by Zhu Shuiwen. 8. Z44 Chavo Russia Z44 Chavo well. The deepest oil extraction infographic. Advances in technology have meant oil and gas companies can now drill down to previously impossible depths. In this infographic, learn more about the Z44 Chavo well, which is part of the Sakhalin I project, is the deepest on the planet. Over the years, drilling companies have had to go deeper into the earth to extract oil. In 1949, the average depth of an oil well drilled was 3,635 feet. By 2008, that was 6,004. Advances in technology have meant oil and gas companies can now go drill down to previously impossible depths. In this infographic from Fuel Fighter, we focus on the Z44 Chavo well, the deepest on the planet. In 2011, Exxon Neftegas, operator of the Sakhalin-1 project, drilled the then world's deepest well, surpassing previous record holders. The Al Shaheen well and the Kola Superdeep borehole is the world's longest borehole. The Odoptu Opus 11 well reached a measured total depth of 40,502 feet, 12,345 meters. But in 2012, Exxon Neftegas beat its own record by completing the Z44 Chavo well. 7. Bertha Roger gas well. The Lone Star Producing Company 1-27 Bertha Rogers hole or well was an oil exploratory hole drilled in Washita County, Oklahoma in 1974, and was the world's deepest hole until it was surpassed in 1979 by the Kola Superdeep borehole, dug by the USSR. The drilling was started October 25, 1972, and it took Lone Star a little over a year and a half to reach 31,441 feet, 9,583 meters, on April 13, 1974. During drilling, the well encountered enormous pressure, almost 25,000 psi, 172,369 kilopascals. No commercial hydrocarbons were found before drilling hit a molten sulfur deposit, which solidified around the drill string, causing the drill pipe to twist off and a loss of the bottom hole assembly. The well was plugged back and completed in the granite wash from 11,000 to 13,200 feet as a natural gas producer. According to publicly available well records from the Oklahoma Corporation Commission, the Bertha Rogers hole ceased production of natural gas in July 1997 and has since been plugged and abandoned. Six. The Diavik Diamond Mine, Canada. The Diavik Diamond Mine is a world-class operation located in an extreme environment 220 kilometers south of the Arctic Circle in Canada's Northwest Territories. The mine has a number of distinctive characteristics, such as limited winter access via an ice road, mine infrastructure being located on an island, with mining taking place behind dikes holding back a lake, temperatures at the mine that get down to -45 degrees Celsius in winter, and the presence of bears, wolves, foxes and wolverines. One thing that Diavik does have in common with other mines around the world is the need for reconciliation. In late 2005, Diavik implemented Snowden's Reconcilor software system to facilitate the process of reconciling geological models, mine plans, production data and plant results. This paper provides a case study of the reconciliation system implementation. It outlines the migration of Diavik away from a comprehensive and effective spreadsheet-based reconciliation process to a commercial-grade, automated and web-based information management system. 5. The Berkeley Pit, Butte, Montana. The Berkeley Pit is a former open-pit copper mine located in Butte, Montana, United States. It is 1 mile, 1,600 meters, long by half a mile, 800 meters, wide with an approximate depth of 1,780 feet, 540 meters. It is filled to a depth of about 900 feet, 270 meters, with water that is heavily acidic, 2.5 picohenries level, about the acidity of Coca-Cola, lemon juice, or gastric acid. As a result, the pit is laden with heavy metals and dangerous chemicals that leach from the rock, including copper, arsenic, cadmium, zinc, and sulfuric acid. Berkeley Pit Center, and Yankee Doodle Tailings Pond, upper left, with terraced levels, access roadways. The city of Butte is in the lower right corner. The mine was opened in 1955 and operated by the Anaconda Copper Mining Company, and later by the Atlantic Richfield Company (ARCO) until its closure on Earth Day in 1982. When the pit was closed, The water pumps in the nearby Kelly mine, 3,800 feet, 1,200 meters, below the surface, were turned off, and groundwater from the surrounding aquifers began to slowly fill the Berkeley pit, rising at about the rate of 1 foot 300 millimeters a month. Since its closure, the water level in the pit has risen to within 150 feet, 46 meters, of the natural water table. The Berkeley pit is currently one of the largest Superfund sites. The water, with dissolved oxygen, allows pyrite and sulfide minerals in the ore and wall rocks to decay, releasing acid. The acidic water in the pit carries a heavy load of dissolved heavy metals. A water treatment plant has been operating since October 2019. The Berkeley pit is a tourist attraction, with an adjacent gift shop. An admission fee is charged to go out on the viewing platform. 4. The Chuquicamata Copper Mine. Chuquicamata, Mining and Smelting Center, northern Chile. It lies near Calama at 9,350 feet, 2,850 meters, above sea level and is the largest open-pit mine in the world. Large-scale operations started in 1915. Tapping one of the world's largest known copper deposits, it produces more than 1/4 of the nation's copper. Copper is carried by rail to Antofagasta, 140 miles, 225 kilometers, southwest, for export. Flotation and smelting facilities were installed in 1952, and expansion of the refining facilities in 1968 made 500,000-ton annual copper production possible in the late 1970s. Ores at nearby La Exotica are also mined. The controlling interest in these mines passed from foreign to Chilean hands in 1969, complete nationalization followed in the early 1970s. The town of Chuquicamata was dismantled in the early 21st century due to environmental concerns. Residents were relocated to Calama. (3) Veryovkina Cave. Georgia is home to all 4 of the deepest known caves in the world, including Krubera Cave, once the deepest and now second to Veryovkina Cave, which, at 1.3 miles 2,212 meters down, holds the record. When it was first documented in 1968, only 377 feet of it were charted, but since then, with additional expeditions, it has grown deeper and deeper. The entrance to this vertical cave system lies between 2 mountains, Fortress and Umbrella, in the Arabica Massif of the Western Caucasus. This remote place is tough to access, and it took dozens of speleological expeditions and 50 years for it to finally claim the record, in 2018, when members of Moscow-based speleological clubs reached its depths. The round trip, top to bottom and back, takes professional speleologists about a week and is, as one might expect, incredibly risky. 2 years ago, the team almost drowned in a sudden flood that happened at the bottom camp. Despite the risks, the team and scientists keep working in the cave, and they hope there may be further depths. (2) The Kaime Core Site Trench. A new deep ocean record has been set for a scientific drilling operation on May 14. The ship's crew aboard the Japanese research vessel Kaime lowered a giant piston core 26,322 feet, 8,023 meters, through the Pacific Ocean into the Japan Trench. For comparison, Mount Fuji stands merely 12,389 feet, 3,776.24 meters tall. The Japan Trench is a subduction zone off the coast of Japan and epicenter of the magnitude 9.1 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami in 2011. Ideal with the rocky road to our modern understanding of Earth. The Japanese research vessel Kaime. On May 14, the ship's crew aboard the Japanese research vessel Kaime lowered a giant piston core 26,322 feet, 8,023 meters, through the Pacific Ocean into the Japan Trench. For comparison, Mount Fuji stands merely 12,389 feet, 3,776.24 meters tall. 1. The Kola Super Deep Borehole. Russia. During the Cold War, the US and Soviets both created ambitious projects to drill deeper than ever before. The lakes, forests, mists and snow of the Kola Peninsula, deep in the Arctic Circle, can make this corner of Russia seem like a scene from a fairy tale. Yet amidst the natural beauty stand the ruins of an abandoned Soviet scientific research station. In the middle of the crumbling building is a heavy, rusty metal cap embedded in the concrete floor, secured by a ring of thick and equally rusty metal bolts. According to some, This is the entrance to hell. This is the Kola superdeep borehole, the deepest man-made hole on Earth and deepest artificial point on Earth. The 40,230 feet deep, 12.2 kilometers, construction is so deep that locals swear you can hear the screams of souls tortured in hell. It took the Soviets almost 20 years to drill this far, but the drill bit was still only about 1/3 of the way through the crust to the Earth's mantle when the project came grinding to a halt in the chaos of post-Soviet Russia. The Soviets' superdeep borehole isn't alone. During the Cold War, there was a race by the superpowers to drill as deep as possible into the Earth's crust, and even to reach the mantle of the planet itself. It was in the time of the Iron Curtain when the drilling was started, says Uli Harms of the International Continental Scientific Drilling Program, who as a young scientist worked on the German rival to the Kola borehole. And there was certainly competition between us. One of the main motivations was that the Russians were simply not really open with their data. When the Russians started to drill, they claimed they had found free water, and that was simply not believed by most scientists. There used to be common understanding among Western scientists that the crust was so dense 5 kilometers down that water could not permeate through it.